So coming to the next slide, one-wire transmission line. You have a signal source, you have a signal lead, and then a load. Other electrical connection is provided by a common ground. So any transmission line, the main purpose is to transfer energy from the source to the load. That is the main idea. Energy transfer from the source to the load, right? And another important thing is the operating wavelength, right, and the distance. That tells you whether you have to use a transmission line theory or you have to use a circuit theory, right? So a twisted pair. So normally this twisted pair is used for your electrical gadgets, for connecting your mains power to the tube lights or fan or any electrical gadget. So the circuit is given in the top, and then its physical realization is what is given in the bottom. So this is another form of twisted copper wire, and here you have number of twisted copper wires. The earlier days this was used for the telephone communication. Today also, if you see, if you go to a telephone exchange, they call it as MDF, main distribution frame room, where you have a lot of such wires which are connected by switches. Here you have number of such twisted pairs in a coaxial format. Here you see another twisted pair in a different format, mainly for telephone communications. Now the same thing if you want to go for a long distance. So the number of wires, each tube consists of number of wires, and number of such tubes are put in a very strong metallic sheet with the coaxial, right, even with some dielectric wrapping, polyethylene jacket, right, and paper wrap, etc., to give both the dielectric property and at the same time providing a strength to the overall cable. But however, these technologies are quite old, and today we are not using these techniques. This has been replaced by optical fibers, as most of you know. And now what you are seeing is slide number 17, where you have the popular coaxial cable. So you have a central core, and then you have a dielectric insulator, and you have metallic shield. So the two conductors are present, and then you have a plastic jacket for protection. So normally this cable is what you get as an input to your set-top box for your cable TV, or connecting your dish antenna to your set-top box. And this is another type of coaxial cable. Instead of having a complete metal shield as the previous case, here we have a wire braid shield, which has its own advantages. Instead of having a complete metal layer, we have a fine wire braid, so that it gives more flexibility. Otherwise it is same.